Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about one of the craziest people stories of this month. McKinley Richardson just completely exposed Jack Doherty on a podcast, and what she said is honestly insane. From fake weddings to emotional controls, McKinley held nothing back, and fans are calling Jack out big time. Let's break down everything that she revealed.
But within that first week, something horrible happened to me. He had a hometown friend there that he had known
staying with
us in the house.
Okay.
We end up going to bed, and I just remember waking up and his hand was in my pants. I was in the middle of him and Jack, and I just felt so violated and scared.
Now this is crazy. Like, what the actual freak is going in Jack's house? Like, that's so weird. Like, how will a guy have his hand in your, like, that's so weird. If I was McKinney, I will file a report to Jack and sue Jack.
I woke up freaking out. I pushed him away from me, and I'm like trying to tap Jack, and I'm like, Jack, and he's drunk as shit. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm pushing this guy off of me, and he doesn't care. I turned, he just is saying, I'm gonna fuck you right now. And I woke him up, and Jack woke up, and he was like, I was like, get him out of here. Like, I don't know what to do. And he's trying to hunt me from the back while I'm talking to Jack, and Jack is awake. And Jack is like, bro, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Go. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking her right now. I pulled Jack aside. I was like, I need to talk to you. And I was like, do you remember what happened last night? He was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I was like, he did that to me. Like, and I explained it in detail, and he was like, holy shit, I remember. He was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. He was hugging me. I don't know what conversation they had with him, but from that day forward, I had never seen ever again. Like, Jack fully cut him off. It eventually came out, like, later on, while Jack and I were dating for over a year, he had texted Jack and apologized and said that he was on drugs that night, and he was tested positive, and he said, I'm so sorry, I don't know what came over me. I was on drugs. No, I don't know.
Okay, so Jack doesn't know what happened last night? Like, what is up with bro? Drugs that night. That sounds like a fake excuse. And why the heck will a guy be inside a couple's bedroom? Like what the heck? Like, I'm speechless right now.
Why was I with him? But he wasn't. He was amazing. And I want people to know that, like, I didn't put myself in a toxic situation, but he was so different in the beginning. And I know, like, what people see of him online, like, it's obviously negative and all this stuff, but that wasn't who I fell for. It was not that. It was a protector. It was a provider. It was someone that had respect for me and, just made sure I was okay, and opening the car door for me, taking me out to dinner, very respectful. It couldn't get better. I was like, these people love social media. They do fun skits all the time. Like, he was involving me in videos without having OnlyFans. A little bit here and there, like, they would have like a little skit, and then it was fun.
That's good that he was an amazing person at the beginning. So on camera he just changes persons, or what is going on?
Downstairs and just starts laughing, like, with his friends, and I was just like, like, what's going on? He was very awkward hugging me, and I was like, this doesn't, like, seem right. Like, I'm confused. As soon as everyone wakes up and, like, the girls come to me, even his own friends, everyone that worked for him came up to me and said, listen, Jack hooked up with a girl last night. I don't want you to freak out.
Oh yeah, me. I'm not gonna.
Right.
What are you talking about? I just flew across the fucking ocean.
Right. That's what I was really upset. Like, my stomach, like, I felt like a pit. I was like, damn, bro. But then they were like, but it's okay, because he said that he thought it was you. Yeah.
Out of every fucking excuse ever, like, actually ever, I've never heard of.
No, me neither.
Genuine.
And we look nothing alike.
No, you don't get it. I thought it was you.
Right.
No, I f***ed her because I thought it was your.
Right. Why was he laughing? Why would Jack Doherty hook up with a girl? Like, you got a girlfriend, buddy. Jack needs to get out of this earth. Like, I actually feel so bad for her. Like, Jack cheated and Jack thought it was her? Like, bro, you need to get out right now.
With him, especially with the drinking. That's why he got so drunk, because he was, tweaking out on Adderall as well. And that's something you can't mix. So that's why I really looked out for him, and I worried for him because I knew he was taking the Adderall, but he would take it in ways that you shouldn't take it, like popping 2 at once. And you would have that, that feeling of just like bouncing off the walls. That's why he was, so blackout drunk when he would drink. It was that on top of the alcohol, mixing that. It was horrible. There were times where I felt like I had to call an ambulance because he was saying like, I feel like I'm gonna die. My heart's beating out of my chest.
Bro is getting drunk. 2 at once? Like, what the heck? Why would he mix that? Jack really needs some help. Oh my god.
And he would always make jokes about that. He would give it to his employees. He would say, you'll work better if you take this. You'll be more sharp, you'll be more efficient, like you said. Like he really tried to get a lot of his employees on it because they were doing exactly what he was doing. He needs his filmer to be on Adderall. He would want the people he's working with to be on the same page, because you're just like go, constant go.
Why would he want his workers to be on alcohol? McKinley just said that Jack is addicted to alcohol. That's probably the reason why Jack is always hyper and does dumb stuff in public.
Jack really wants you to start OnlyFans, and he said that there's no reason for you guys to be together if you're not helping. And I broke down in tears. I was like, wow. Like, everything that he had said to me, like, oh, I know you're my wife because you don't have one. And getting me to go to dinner and try to get me on OnlyFans, but it didn't work. Now it's an ultimatum. He wanted me... When he realized he didn't have the control over me when it came to other people and like what they could say, he realized that he did need to create an ultimatum for me. We ended up going to bed, and I woke up, and that morning he had a contract in hand and he told me to sign it. I didn't even have the opportunity to talk to my parents about it. I was gonna call my mom because my mom was more comforting, in that situation, because my dad obviously didn't want to talk to him about that at all. But I didn't even have time for that or for any legal representation. He gave me the contract, and he basically just said sign it. I read through it, and I didn't like how it said, he owns all of my social media accounts, because again, I had a following. I had 500,000 followers on TikTok. I had over 100K on Instagram. That was something I had built for years, and that was something that I held very close to me. So I was like, I just want to make sure, like, in this contract, do you actually own all of my accounts, even the ones that I have? And then he was like, no, the contract means nothing. Like, we can change anything, but it's whatever. Just sign it. So I signed it. And then first words that came out of his mouth were, you're now Jack Doherty's girlfriend.
That contract is so weird. Jack owning all her social media accounts is weird. Like, McKinney needed more time to think about it. Like, what in the world? Who weird human being would put in the contract, I own all social media accounts? And also, when she signed the contract, Jack called her girlfriend. Like, what the heck is going on?
And I signed to him and gave him, access to my accounts and all of this stuff. The disrespect started showing. Like, he was not as respectful as he was in the beginning. A dinner, you could forget about it. We never went on dates. We never did anything like how we did in the past. He was strictly just, content. So I was like, how do you keep up with all of this stuff? Like, I'm exhausted. Like, how does your life, like, how do you continue to do this? And he was like, it's all, like, you should try. He was like, you will be successful. I'm not proud of it at all, but I had a horrible addiction dating him because of him telling me I needed to keep up with him. And also, it's like when Jack's face is somewhere, I was always there. I had to keep up with him through a very long period with just not eating and just waking up and taking alcohol. And I weighed 140 pounds when I moved down to Florida. I wasn't eating for like a week at a time. Like, I was just not hungry. I was stressed out. I was depressed.
Why would you sign the contract? Why does he want so much videos? Why would you date him? Like, you could leave, not eating for a week, and she was depressed. Like, what? Jack is such a toxic guy. He only thinks about himself.
I was like confused. I'm like, where did the person I met go? Like, where did the person go that stood up for me and made me feel safe? And, you know, but again, this is all masked because he said it was just for content. But some of the worst things happened to me. Not everything was caught on camera that happened, but a big chunk of things were filmed.
Well, you know how they say money changes you. Nothing caught on camera. Like, what the?
He flipped an entire golf cart on top of me on purpose, and it was for a clip. I know that because he was trying his best to flip it. I was in so much pain. He thought it was not that big of a deal. This again happened on camera, and he was just worried about getting the good clip and seeing it on TikTok, not making sure I was okay. I knew I needed to go to the hospital when this happened to me. But he had prior obligations to go on a yacht with Antonio Brown, so it wasn't a priority. I was like, Jack, I need to go to the hospital. I was crying. I couldn't even walk. My back was so bruised up, and like my whole entire spine was just bruised. And my neck, it had hit my neck. It literally could have killed me. The way it fell on top of me, it fell on my side. The back of the cart went at the back of my neck, and I crunched over, and then it hit my back. He said that he thought it broke my neck. And I'm like, if you really thought that and you're like not worried about me, that's insane. He tells me like he's gonna end stream, he's not gonna go on the boat. And I have all of the people that were with him, Antonio Brown included, just saying like, oh, you're gonna be fine. Like, just
Yes, you could tell that Jack is really trying too hard to flip it. Like, she's not okay. Like, he's just worried about the views and numbers. Like, he's not worried about her. We gotta do something to Jack.
I get out for a second, it instantly like gets shut down, and then I go into the sprinter, and I told them, I was like, listen, I think the third spot we're going to, people know we're live streaming. This is very dangerous because takeovers, it's not only just stolen cars, it's stolen guns, it's people in masks, people are stealing things because no one's getting caught. When you're in this situation, like, nobody is getting caught because there's so many people, and so many people have masks on, nobody knows. So I told them, I was like, I think I'm gonna stay in the car for the third one. I don't feel safe going out there. And I was sitting in my seat, and I remember looking up and making eye contact with two guys in shiesties. And I was like, oh, I hope they can't see me. The lights are on in here. I need to figure out how to turn the lights off. So I get up. Yeah, I get up. I turn the lights off, and then I go in the very, very back so that I'm not like near the windshield and they can't see through. And I just laid down. I'm hearing helicopters. I'm hearing gunshots. I'm hearing fireworks. I'm hearing every type of thing. Freaking out. So much anxiety. And then I hear the car door open. And I pop my head up. And I'm like, okay, everyone's back. Like, finally time to go. When I looked up from the seat, I make eye contact with a guy I'd never seen before in a surgical mask. Like, it wasn't the two guys in shiesties that I had seen. It was a guy with a bag, a gun, and a blue surgical mask with gloves. And I looked at him. He said, who's in this party bus? I didn't think he knew I was in there. So when I popped up and like made eye contact with him, I thought maybe it would spook him and that he would like get out. And then I saw him hop over the seat into the van. And in this van, like, you're able to stand up fully straight up. He started running towards me, and I was like, I'm dead. Like, this is the time I like either get like, you know, killed or something horrible. And I just remember saying like, please, no. Like, I just was begging him. I was like, you can have everything, like, of mine. You can have my purse, you can have my money. I couldn't find my purse anywhere. I was like, where the fuck is it? I was like, please help me find it. I'll give you everything. I completely forgot I had a hoodie on and all my jewelry on. He didn't see any of my jewelry. But in that moment, I would have given everything to him. Like,
Of course.
when you're in that situation, like, you don't know, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, I wouldn't give up my stuff. It's like, no, when you are alone, especially a female, like, in that moment, I was so powerless.
Jack left his girlfriend in Compton, and Compton is one of the most dangerous cities in California. His girlfriend had a gun pointed at her too.
He refused to shut off the camera. He refused to stop his live stream. He was laughing about it, saying like, well, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and like you're gonna wake up to all these TikToks and like these viral clips. And I'm like, Jack, I don't care. I'm like, everything is content. Like, I don't know what isn't anymore. Talk about my body and body shame me. Yeah, constantly. That was something that I dealt with that for years.
What did he say?
He would just say like how ugly and skinny my body is and how he wishes I looked how I used to look. He would bring up my old Instagram pictures and say, I want you here.
Okay, Jack wants her old body back. Like, I don't get this anymore. Jack needs to be locked up for real. I hope McKinley goes to the police and reports about this. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you guys want to see more, hit that like button and sub. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.